it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship.
All right, so I came across this video late last week. I think it was Saturday night. And then I found this article that was written about this woman, I think, by the New York Post. I mean, really, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel. This is what makes national news, is talking about a single woman's complaint that she cannot find a liberal man who wants to take on a masculine gender role, but still help her at home and let her be a free spirit that can go around and get smashed by every Chad and Tyrone in the Tri-County area. You know, I mean, that's what these women want, right? From what I've seen, anyway. There's some crazy stuff out there that I've come across. But let's get into this video. I want you to see what this is all about. I'm a liberal. It's hard to find masculine men to date who aren't conservative. Wow. Sucks to be you, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I've had the same issue. It's like, I want a traditional relationship. It's hard to find that unless you're going after a religious girl. I'm not religious, so it's really hard to get into a situation where somebody's going to be chaste or relatively chaste and going to want a long-term commitment and not be religious. So anyway, let's jump in here and see what this young lady has to say.
Do you want to know one of the saddest realizations I recently had? Was that as a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the.
This is the saddest realization that you had? One of the saddest realizations you had? Really? I mean, the fact that there are children who are gang violated, that doesn't register the top 10? Wow.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Relationship in today's day and age. Who is not a conservative? A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who.
What does it say here? All these men out here wanting to split the bill on the first date. What? I know. This is what you asked for. This is what you asked for. You asked for equality. You're asking for this traditional man who wants to pay for the bill on the first date. Are you a virgin? Or have you saved yourself only for men who have made some sort of long-term commitment to you? Do you work as a nurse, a secretary, a stewardess, a school teacher? Are you working in one of these traditional roles? No, you're not. Oh, you're out there doing something to get your bag and getting wrecked by a different Chad every night. Of course, I don't know if any of these things are true, but this is like commonplace amongst modern women today.
Has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide.
Says politics make strange bedfellows. Realizations about dating in 2023 as a woman. All right. So it's no wonder that this liberal woman was dragged on TikTok over conservative dating drama. Okay. I want a traditional man, but I don't want to be a traditional woman. This is true. This is what I already said. All the benefits and none of the responsibilities. Yeah, I mean, we've heard the stories. The women will go on foodie dates only. They'll just go like, oh, you know what? I didn't want to go out with this guy, but I went out with him because I wanted free food. I was hungry. And you might sit there and say, well, men are just as bad. Okay, explain to me how men are just as bad. Well, they go out with women just for sex. Women do that to men too. I've had that done to me more than once. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I guess when I was younger, I was a good-looking guy. And so women would be like, hey, you're good for the moment, but I mean, you're not tall, so I don't want to be with you long term. Or you're not rich, so I don't want to be with you long term, etc. Enjoy your cats. And then so we responded to that saying, stop it, Jazzman. You're a little spinster yourself, huh? You don't know who Jazzman is, but I mean, he could be a girl. But no, this woman is setting herself up for failure in the dating market. And a lot of these women today, why do you think the divorce rate is so high? I mean, obviously, the divorce rate started going high years ago, and of course contributing factors are the no-fault divorce and the fact that women get to walk away with cash and prizes when they do this, when they leave their husband, whereas men get nothing out of this situation. So there's incentive for women to just go like, oh, I'm tired of this relationship, I'm moving on. While I'm young because I'm still attractive enough that I can get another man, but then I have you in my back pocket paying all my bills. But on top of that, of course, are this attitude of, I need to be free and open to be able to do whatever I want to, and you have to help out around the house and do all the work and stuff and all this other stuff. Yep. All right, so that's the New York Post video there. They edited it. The original video is longer. Maybe I'll show that at the end or something. Let's see what the article has to say. A single woman has made waves for lamenting on TikTok that all the chivalrous masculine men in her dating orbit are conservative. Wow, big shocker. As a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's day and age, who is not conservative. So the TikToker, we already heard that. A man who wants to pay on the first date, who has that want and desire to take care of you and provide, who is not conservative. You think? You think it's hard to find that? She's looking for a unicorn. The Los Angeles woman, oh, you're in Los Angeles? Women in Los Angeles are easier to talk to, I think, than women in the Midwest, in my experience. At least outside the cities. Like, outside the cities, women are harder to talk to. The big cities, anyway. So, the thing is I've seen ugly-looking dudes just go up and chat up a model. Literally, I've seen that happen. And she was receptive to that. She was friendly. She wasn't mean and rude and like, get the hell away from me, or, cold and distant like these girls are. And I've noticed that, like, I don't live in LA. The women are not as friendly and inviting here where I live as they are in the big city. And the thing is, you're living in an area that is very, very, very liberal. LA is very liberal. You're going to find a lot of liberal men there, but all the men that are liberal in these, they're young, they're in your age range. You should probably look for a man who's no more than 5 years older than her. Are going to have that mindset of, the woman is in charge, because that's what we've been taught. I was taught that when I was a kid, and I bet I'm more than 5 years older than this woman. So the Los Angeles woman said that men she dated who do have those quality traits don't align with her political ideologies, and she clarified that just because she wants an old-fashioned gentleman doesn't mean she plans to subscribe to a traditional housewife role. All right, well, I have personal experience with this. There's a relative in my family who is now 61-year-old female, never been married, never had any children. She's an attractive woman. For 61, she looks amazing. She looks 10 years younger, but she looks like a beautiful 51-year-old, right? She's not actually 61. She's going to be 61 in a few days. She had plenty of men who wanted to marry her over the years, but they wanted her to be a housewife. She didn't want that. She did find a man who was 10 years older than her, who was going to marry her, and he wanted to have children. She was already 49 or something at the time. Then he suddenly up and died from an unknown, undiagnosed genetic condition, and she's been single ever since. She takes really good care of herself. 50 to 100 is a lot of years to have nothing and no one. My grandmother did 39 years, I think, alone after her husband died. My grandfather died in the 60s, and she didn't die until 2000 something. I never knew my grandfather because I wasn't born in the 60s. So, but my grandmother had 6 kids to keep her company, to take care of her. But I could tell that she had that yearning for more physical contact. What are you going to do? What are you going to do wanting to date this man who you're not even going to be satisfied with? You're going to be unhappy with in the long term because he's going to be a sissy boy. He's going to be a soy boy. You don't want that. You want a man who's going to provide and protect. Well, that's not going to be this liberal-minded man who's like, oh, yeah, let's, free love and rock and roll and all this stuff. And, nothing against rock and roll and nothing against loving people, but, you know what I mean when I say free love. And obviously, as a liberal woman, I don't want to be respected for my independence. You do want to be respected for your independence. And I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be combined or confirmed to a traditional female homemaker childbearing role, she said. But somebody has to take care of the children. So you're going to give your children to strangers to take care of? So I have a clip from you from an old TV show from 1965. This is Lost in Space. And I want you to hear this line because it kind of speaks to the delusion of the modern feminist.
Well, I don't know about your world, but in ours, women are treated as the equals of men.
So this whole notion that women are unequal is more of a modern idea. And, even back in 1965, they're putting this on the TV. Who's going to raise the babies? Now, in California, we have paternity leave. We have paternity leave here in California. So her husband is going to be off work for like 3 or 6 months or something like that. And then if they have kids, and then she's going to be off work for that same amount of time. But are you going to want to go back? You don't have kids yet. If you don't have kids yet, you don't know what it's like. Maybe you are going to want to be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to be happier staying home taking care of the kids. It's going to be really hard to do in California because housing is so expensive. I don't want to compromise my morals and values just to find a man. Okay. What are your morals and values? Are they, I'm free to get wrecked by whoever I want to? I believe that women should have a voice in politics. I believe that women should have a role in the economy. Why? That's really what the hill you're going to die on? Women have a voice in politics. Women, they partake in the jobs we have in this country, which women have always done anyway. So I don't know why that's something you'd be sacrificing. But am I asking to have my cake and eat it too? Yes, you are asking to have your cake and eat it too. The TikTok set off a firestorm of comments. That's like saying I want to invest in something without having to do anything but get all benefits from it. Okay, I suppose. Another chimed in, all I heard is I want someone to take care of me, but I don't want to take care of them. Yes, indeed, that's what you heard. This woman is probably going to end up having her sex drive drop, which is what the primary reason the man is in the relationship, is so he can get access to you. And then you're not going to want to have sex with him anymore, but you're going to expect him to do all of the things that he's been doing the whole time to take care of you. Others had a bipartisan solution. Your morals and beliefs don't have to be in sync with your husband's. What matters is that you are able to both compromise and work together. Yeah, I mean, it does take compromise to be in a relationship, so. This might be the full video here. I don't know. The TikToker did, however, receive some support, with one responding, and this is why so many women my age are still single. Yeah, that's support. I don't think that's support. I think that's just the honest truth. Women are going to be single if they want to pursue this hedonistic lifestyle. I don't want to be with these girls who are hedonistic. I want to be with a girl who's going to be relationship minded. That means she's willing to sacrifice. She's willing to put her others' needs ahead of hers. Like I put my wife's needs ahead of mine on many occasions. So that's just how it is. If you love somebody, you do that for them. Another, meanwhile, suggested she change her zip code as she wants luck finding a man who meets her criteria. The menu you are describing do exist. However, I don't know if LA is the best place to find us. Just saying, one user responded. Yeah, okay. In a follow-up video, the TikToker said she proved naysayers wrong. She dished on a recent date with a man who seemed I think that's supposed to be two, seemed to share her similar progressive values and wants to help his wife with household duties and childcare. Okay, conservative men want to do that too. Conservative men want to take care of their children and are willing to do work around the home. This has never been the case that women did all the work around the home. Where is this notion coming from? Men tend to do home repairs, car repairs, and take care of the lawn. Right? Women take care of the day-to-day stuff. Men take care of the bigger, harder, less frequently needed stuff, but they still take care of that stuff. You know, I don't understand this notion. You know, she's living in LA in an apartment where the only work that you have to do is inside the home, where it's like laundry and dishes and dusting, things like that, vacuuming. And men are willing to do that stuff. All you have to do usually is ask them. It depends on how much they're working. I mean, if a man is working 60 hours a week and you're not working, or you're only working a part-time job, you're doing all the housework. That's how it is. That's exactly what I've been looking for. So hope it works out, she said. The post reached out to the TikToker for comment. Yeah, I'm guessing that she's lying. She didn't find this man, but she might have. I mean, people would say I'm like super conservative or something. I'm not really, but I don't think that she should be independent and working. I think that she should be taking care of the children. Somebody has to take care of the children. It should be one of the parents, combination of the parents, the extended family, and outside daycare, childcare. Those are all important because that helps socialize the child in many different areas of life, which is what we're going to be dealing with as adults. There's a bunch of comments, but I don't want to read any of the longer ones. Okay. Okay, here's a short one. John Matthews said, she still has it and probably won't ever figure it out. She can't have it both ways. Choose alpha or beta. She doesn't know what her values are. She wants a traditional relationship without the tradition. Yeah. Feminism for the win. Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's all over the place. I see many cats in her future. Woke men have been broke of all the good qualities. Your loss. Posting videos this pathetic will surely get her a liberal and her rainbow flag dreams. LOL, yeah. I mean, she's an attractive woman. I don't think she's bad looking at all. The kind of woman that, based on her looks, I would be interested in maybe dating. I don't know if it would be anything long term, but at least I would go out with her a couple times and see. And then it's like, are we going to be compatible? Probably not. She's very, very picky. She sounds like she's very picky. She wants this very specific thing. And any little thing, these women are very fickle, right? Any little thing and they're dumping you in a second. So anyway, I'm going to end. I'll leave the original TikTok post up here for you to watch here. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.
Do you want to know one of the saddest realizations I recently had? was that as a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's day and age, who is not a conservative. A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide, who is not a conservative. And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be respected for my independence. And I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker, childbearing role. And most of the men that I've dated who do have that more natural provider masculinity about them are normally conservative. So I don't really know what to do because I don't want to compromise my morals and values just to find a man. But am I asking to have my cake and eat it too?